Kotlin functions. Functions are the building blocks that organize your code into reusable pieces. Kotlin functions are more powerful than Java methods. They support default parameters, named arguments, single expression syntax, and much more. In this video, you will master all types of Kotlin functions. A function in Kotlin starts with the fun keyword. You specify the name, parameters with types, and the return type. The format is fun name, parameters in parentheses, return type, and then the body in curly braces. If a function returns nothing, the return type is unit, which you can leave out. Here is the basic function syntax in code. The add function takes two int parameters and returns an int. The fun keyword starts the function. Parameters have names and types separated by colons. The return type comes after the closing parenthesis, and the return keyword sends the value back to the caller. When a function has only one expression, you can use the equals sign instead of curly braces and return. This is called a single expression function. Kotlin can also infer the return type, so you can leave it out. Use this style for simple functions. It makes your code shorter and cleaner. Default parameters eliminate method overloading. In Java, you need multiple methods for different parameter combinations. In Kotlin, you give parameters default values, and callers can skip them. One function replaces 3 or more Java methods. This reduces code duplication significantly. Let us see default parameters and named arguments in code. The greet function has 3 parameters, but only the first is required. The other 2 have default values. You can call it with just the name or override any default by name. Named arguments make the code readable without looking at the function definition. Named arguments let you specify which parameter you are passing by name. This makes function calls much more readable, especially when a function has many parameters. You can skip parameters with defaults, pass them in any order, and make your code self-documenting. Vararg lets a function accept a variable number of arguments. Inside the function, the vararg parameter is an array that you can loop over. To pass an existing array to a vararg function, use the spread operator, the asterisk symbol before the array name. A function can have at most one vararg parameter. Let us see vararg in code. The sum function takes any number of int arguments. Inside the function, numbers is an array you can loop over. You can call it with 1, 5, or even 0 arguments. To pass an existing array, use the spread operator, the asterisk before the array name. You can define functions inside other functions. These are called local functions. They can access variables from the outer function. Local functions are useful for helper logic that is only needed in one place. They keep your code organized by hiding implementation details. A higher-order function takes a function as a parameter or returns a function. The function type is written as parameter types in parentheses, arrow, return type. You can pass functions using a function reference with double colon, a lambda expression, or the trailing lambda syntax. Let us see higher-order functions in code. The calculate function takes 2 numbers and an operation function as its third parameter. You can pass a lambda, a function reference with double colon, or use the trailing lambda syntax where the last function parameter goes outside the parentheses. Extension functions let you add new functions to existing types without modifying them. You write the type name, then a dot, then the function name. Inside the extension function, this refers to the object the function is called on. The function feels like it belongs to the type, but it does not actually change it. Here are extension functions in code. You add a new function to the string type by writing funString.remove spaces. Inside the function, this refers to the string. You can also extend int, list, or any other type. Extension functions feel natural to use, but never modify the original class. Infix functions can be called without the dot and parentheses. They must have exactly one parameter and are marked with the infix keyword. Kotlin's standard library uses infix functions too. For example, the to function creates a pair, and until creates a range excluding the end value. Let us compare functions in Kotlin and Java. In Java, you need method overloading for optional parameters. Kotlin uses default parameters instead. Java has no extension functions. You need static utility classes. Kotlin has no standalone functions. Java requires everything inside a class. Kotlin is clearly more flexible. Here is a practical example: a username validation function using local functions. Each validation check is a small local function. Is long enough, is short enough, has no spaces, starts with a letter. The when expression checks them in order and returns an error message or valid. Clean, readable, and easy to extend. Here are common mistakes with functions. Using regular functions when single expression would be cleaner. Forgetting named arguments when calling functions with many parameters. Not using default parameters and creating Java-style method overloads instead. And forgetting that vararg is an array inside the function. Let us review all the function types we covered. Regular functions use fun with curly braces. Single expression functions use equals sign. Default parameters have values in the declaration. Named arguments use name equals value at the call site. Vararg accepts multiple arguments. And extension functions add methods to existing types. In the next video, you will learn about control flow in Kotlin. You will master if expressions, the powerful when pattern matching, ranges, for loops, while loops, break, continue, and labels. Control flow is how you make decisions and repeat actions in your code. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials.